Okay, good morning everyone. Let's see here. Should get everything rolling there. News today, so far we've got, they expect the SPY to be bullish, bearish, sorry. The QQQ to be bearish. NVIDIA to reclaim pre-market highs. Pre-market highs. Just see for a second here. What's going on here, guys? Let's see here. Ooh, what? Okay. Why is that back on there? There we go. Okay. Let me get over to NVIDIA. I was working on some other stuff. Slight bearish on our neutrals NVIDIA, AMD and NVIDIA to reclaim pre-market highs. What are they talking about? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's what they mean right here. Yeah. 179. So, I don't know how I would call this. I'm so surprised this didn't go up yesterday. Really surprised. Apple went up just like they said. What? It's saying Apple is hard to borrow right now? That can't be right. Wow. It actually says on Charles Schwab that Apple is hard to borrow. That is freaky, man. Look at that. Why in the world would that be hard to borrow? Let's take a look at that. That's worthy of seeing what the heck's going on here. I mean, there's just nothing that makes no sense whatsoever. I'm kind of stuck here for a minute wondering about that. I got to get some other another news source on because that's freaking me out a little bit here. That's a long position I have. That's a swing position I have in my IRA. Look at that. How high that has to go for me. I've been holding this for I don't know how long. It's just a terrible situation. Let me go to the. This is going to be the last time I trade on this account for the end of this month, and I'm going to switch to another account. Yes, please tell me about Apple. Sorry, I just want to get a look here first, guys, to see what the heck's going on. I think that's a, okay, so they clear it up? No, they didn't. That just doesn't make sense. I feel like that's just a problem with some sort of a glitch, that doesn't really exist here. So, Okay. Well, anyway, this is the professor with Day Trading for Success, so we're going to set things up to look at what to trade today. I was thinking that we wanted to look at Apple, but this hard to borrow thing, I can't believe that's actually possible. So that's why I kind of got stuck there. Um, let's take a look at the settings here on this. This would be right. I could just change this 2-day to 184.47. Going to open up the 30-minute. No. Just look at this line here. This is opened at 178.12, right? And close, the 30-minute closed at 178.37. Yeah, that does look correct. So there's our breakout if we wanted to trade that at the open. Let's take a look at Tesla. Actually, let me take another look at that for the 10-day. How are we doing on the 10-day here? This would go back. Okay, so that's still right. No, that's not right. If we want to hit that spike, that would be 184.47 here too. I don't normally like to hit spikes like that, but that was that thing yesterday that happened. I thought it was going to end here for the day, so I'm kind of surprised about that. And then historical data for today. Everything's picked up right in this area where it stopped. I think that's where I ended up making a winning trade, was getting it out up in here yesterday. But that could come into play. And other than that, we're way down. We're right here for price action. So let's go ahead and give that a marking. Let's see, how does that go across there? I smooth that up to there. I'm hitting more of this area here. Again, I'm trying to get as many taps as I can just in case it becomes a respected level. If we end up trading this in a consolidating fashion, we're marking historical data, so that's in the same spot. So that's actually good. So it hit it over here too, and I could go down here. That did spike down there on the pre-market or aftermarket. All right, so that's about it for that. Let's get a look at Tesla. Now, I was right about that. I said it was going to go down, and it went down. Look at that, what happened yesterday. So it's kind of recovering now. I think I made money on this yesterday, didn't I? Yeah, I think this is one of the ones I traded yesterday. Let's look at this 10-day. So the 10-day and the 2-day are both in the correct position still for Fibonacci levels. Now we're down here for maybe grab some additional historical data on this. Again, of all stocks that don't, short-term historical data doesn't matter much on, this is one of them. There's a lot of consolidating there and no place else. I don't even think that's worth it. I wouldn't want to respect that. This is too close to the fib. What about right here now? There's nothing else to mark. I could mark the 30-minute breakout. Now these are based on specific strategies, guys. If you're confused, this is day trading volume 4. If we mark this breakout, and there's specific ways that the pros say to trade the breakout levels, and there's 4 breakout levels in that book. I have a link to it. They're putting out a new version of the candlestick pattern playbook. I just got an announcement that it's going to be the first color version. Would have been nice if they did that in the beginning, but that's great that they're finally making it color. This opened at 344.25. Particularly because all the flashcards they have in there will be in color. So if you I know way back when I used to make my own patterns, and I would tape them across the bottom of when I switched from swings and long-term trades to momentum trading, I would put little flashcard style patterns across the bottom of my screens till I got used to, how to trade them. This is closing at 345.65. So if you don't have that book, that's the only one that rates them. That's why that's the leader of the pattern books. And it has all the patterns too. So it rates them and has all the patterns. And it has all those other professional traders that, that are listed in the book that they got all the data from, which is kind of cool. I already did historical there. Did Apple. Yeah, that's probably, I'm not going to do Palantir. Let me look on the 50K scanner to see what came up. Yeah, I traded a little bit of crowd yesterday, guys, without you. I traded a little bit of snow yesterday. Those had some news, so I got in a bit of trades on those. With Charlie, she was trying to make up some stuff. I don't know what that's doing. That's doing more. That's got some action today again. Let me just take a look here. No, it kind of faded off. Yeah, I was up in here yesterday trading this. So if you're new here, guys, we're going to be scalping starting right around when the market opens. I may trade the opening candle. It's not advised to do that. It's a very risky gambling way to trade. You shouldn't really gamble, which means you shouldn't really trade that way. So that's why I say do as I say, not as I do. Make sure you read this. I'm not a licensed financial advisor, so you should seek the advice of somebody licensed. This should say never trade at the opening candle. This should be right on my day trading plan. But this is my day trading plan. A lot of people adopt it, but I go in only 25% of my positions so that I have the opportunity to add, which is not a wise thing to do either. Only if you've controlled yourself. If you get out at max loss, much lower share size. You got to think of the big picture. What's the total movement of the stock? There's a lot of things to consider if you ever add. So it's pretty much for a more advanced trader. So I go in like how I learned swing trading way back when, where you never go into your full position when you're holding a trade over a couple of days or a couple of weeks. Often you're waiting for a dip, which is where that gets picked up, and that gets stalled before it gets to the level you want. So you enter with a portion of just a partial of your position, because it may never get there. It may just turn around and start going up, and you don't want to miss the move. That's how that all started. And then if it continues to go down to your position, then you can add to it, and you won't have quite as good a price point had you just waited. But it makes sure that you don't miss the trade entirely. So that's how that all developed. So I've kind of as you watch me trade, you can see I kind of use this, but I try to be so careful that if the price is going against me, it has to be going back my way with price flow action showing that before I enter. So I'm not getting the best position down the lowest. I understand that. That's not what it's about. It's about getting a better position as it starts to go back your way, which allows you to maybe save yourself and just get out for a tiny profit or break even before it keeps fading. or you make a larger profit quicker. One of the things that I always make sure is I just don't hold it because I'm making bigger money. On this type of scalping, I'm showing short-term scalping, not RV style scalping, short-term scalping. So you're in and out very, very quick. And it's really the recipe to save your butt against this market. Once you learn to do this, it can be really, really helpful. But it takes a while, and you should trade in the simulator first and everything. So again, I'm so surprised about NVIDIA, and it's saying that it's bearish today, which is really weird. Palantir's bearish, Hood is neutral. Yeah, it's just a boring market. Amazon neutral came up here. Tesla neutral. Yeah, let's take a look at Tesla. Just the news and stuff on that. I opened up another couple of news sources over here. And he should be reading the ticker here too for any big news. You can tell from the lack of reading out loud, there is no big news to speak of on anything. He's seeking a dismissal, and he's got your Social Security number. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons it fell, but there was huge short action on it, unusual options activity on it, which I mentioned yesterday morning, and that's why people were already getting the idea that this may go down. So it's probably going to be a continuation of that today. If any day not to play, more than ever not to play the opening candle, this is probably another one of those days. So did we do the 30-minute breakout on this? I didn't get enough sleep last night, guys. Let me just check here. Yes, we did. Yeah, so let me set this up to potentially take a trade. I'm going to put something on the ladder here. It's going up. Interesting. God, I just don't see. This should not be going up right now. Yeah, that's a story that may send that up there. Interesting. Let me do some, where are we on that? We're right at that where it was popping yesterday. I would tend to not want to go long until maybe when I really see it going. 148 even maybe. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Let's put it 50 shares. I mean 348. We'll go to 348. 348 even. I'll put a buy in. See if it spikes and picks it up. Risky as always. I'm going risky. I can't help it. I'll do 4801. So I put an order in there if it spikes, but that means I've got to watch this close to see if it's spiking way before that order gets picked up. I think it should go down, but I mean, just in case, we get a spike, I might be able to get out and get $100 or $2 here real quick toward our day. Oh, it's already going up. This is what worries me when I have an order in, that it already makes my order and then it fades, So getting ready to get out of that order if it gets too close to it before the market opens. And of course you can get out by market or flatten if it starts to go against you, but it jumps, it slips in such a huge way that it's like, go down first. If you don't pick me up, I'm fine. So guys, good luck today. We've got 2 minutes. Happy Friday. It's the end of this challenge for the month. It looks hopefully we'll be over 6K. We were 6,300 if you watched the video yesterday, kind of the recap replay. We did really good. I mean, if you did anywhere near that, that's amazing. Our challenge was between 150 and 500 a day. There was some trials and tribulation there, some stupid moves that I had to dig out of, but I always have confidence that I can do that. We had one red day. It was very small, and all right. We've got 1 minute. It could hit 48 before the market even opens, and I'm going to see a cancel all right there. If that happens, 348. I don't want to get picked up when it might be at its high, a little spike high pre-market. But the news that just came in said that it might can get a pop here. So bias fallacy PCE volume through market pre-market levels. So yeah. It's possible we get a pop for when this pops, it pops up $2 or $3. That's why I thought, well, why not just very low share size, try to pop it in for us here. Maybe get a. Now again, I don't advise trading the opening candle, and almost everybody on the face of the earth says the same thing. Don't ever do what I'm about to do right here. But I love the thrill of it. Here we go. Gonna pick me up. Almost did. It did pick me up. It just didn't show it right away. That's a bad trade. That was a bad trade. It was like $11. I'll just $19, but I just decided to get out and not wait for it to go. Now it did. Yeah. That was a chicken trade. You see me chicken out there, but see what happened. I can't even remember what it picked me up at, but I had to have gotten picked up at the level, but it didn't show it here. And we were way past it, like 75 cents past it. And then, right, because I put it at 348 and it didn't show it here, but it was just that weird market delay that it has. So, yeah, Dow Jones went down. Nvidia went down. Apple went up. Still saying it's hard to borrow. Really weird. AMD went up. Palantir went up. So only Nvidia is getting really weird action here. Yeah, I'm not going to trade this right now until we get some consolidation. I say that as I'm thinking about trading it. We got a good trade to start. I did anyway, and not much, but let's take a look at that. Wow. 177.09, down about $3 on that news. That made the ticker there. That's a pretty big deal. So let's just take a look at that. I don't have this marked out, but I went over to Bobby. Wow. So that's what happens, Get all excited. I haven't assessed this enough to just pop in here. That's the FOMO. You get screwed when you just pop in. It looks decent, but just have not assessed this. Very, very consolidated here, But that's from 116 to 130. You'd probably want to only do a low share size if you even tried this. But it does look like there's a dip opportunity right here. Let's take a close look at what do we got for volume. That's definitely enough to trade. It's a pretty big spread though, guys. Pretty big spread. There, it tightened up there. Yeah. Market Magnet's about to pull it up, but that's pre-market data, so yeah, I'm waiting a minute to see if there's something to do with this stock. I've traded this stock many times before, just not one that it didn't hit the scanners. So did it hit the other scanners yet? No. So it's not hitting the criteria on those. Kind of stalled at the 130. Huh. Why didn't the whole $0.50 come in here on this? Should be here. Did we leave it that far already? Why is that not there? That's interesting. Should be the whole $0.50 lines. I have the script on. I feel I'm not really losing a good trade anywhere because it's too early to do consolidation. So since this had a huge catalyst, I thought it might be an interesting stock to trade on a consolidation retracement long bias. How is that for a mouthful of a sentence? But you know how I like to get a biased, so now I'm long biased, and then do I get some retracement action, which is just did twice. But since it's not springing up, and it has a pretty big spread here, I'm not overly thrilled reading it. This could go all the way back down to open. I don't know enough about trading this. I'm going to get away from here. So Nvidia is continuing to go down. Tesla now reversed and went down. So that little trade I got was probably the best I could have ever hoped for. Let's take a look at it, guys. Again, it's just so soon to be trading anything here. So if you're new here, I marked the 5-minute 10-day fib and the 2-day fib on a 5-minute chart to give us some support and resistance level. I've marked the 30-minute breakout from the Open Strategy Breakout book on Day Trading Volume 4, which a zillion traders trade, so it's kind of, but you got to follow the rules, like you can only go long above the breakout and short below the breakout and never trade in between the breakout. That's from a tried and true, tested by a zillion pro traders. If you're into doing breakout levels, which I definitely want to have them down, if nothing else. The 4 top breakout levels. There's 2 in the pre-market and 2 in the open session, the 5 and the 15-minute. That book has all these trades, and it's shows you examples. So again, I tend to want to go long off of this, but it's really early still. We're only not even 7 minutes in, full 7 minutes in. It did tap that breakout level and turned around. People respect these levels. That's why you need to know about them. Often they are absolutely respected. So you put them in your data just in case. Don't count on them 100%. Don't count on anything 100%. But that was a complete reversal. It broke through both 2 fibs. See that coming in? That's going to pull the magnet down, which is going to send that down. You see that happen there? You just saw it happen, and there it goes down. It might be strong enough to break that level. Hit it twice again. More coming in to send it down. That's the market magnet, guys. So get that indicator. It's pretty accurate. See how it just pushed it down? These are previous buys at price action that just happened. So it tells you what's going on. So it hit this historical data. Wow. So now it might be worthy of going in short as it breaks this breakout level. So if we trade the open strategy, that actually might be something to do because it is showing that it is going down. It's a little early still, but I think I might go with a short if it breaks that level. So that's 344.25. That's what I'm looking at right now, guys. Still holding support up here. Spread's pretty tight, 3 to 4 cents. If I just went in market as it broke it, I'd probably get a pretty good position. I'm looking at the 25 cents, or I could just put it on the ladder there to pick me up, which is a lot of ways that the people trade the breakouts.
BT, Verizon filed for mixed shelf size not disclosed. Victor Zulu.
So I'll put it there and wait to see if it comes back down. I'm just prepared. I can cancel that order in a split second, but if it decides that this is its bottom, boy, is it holding that level pretty tight, huh? Interesting. This is a tough day to trade because it's, we've got the report and then we've got just everything is just like static, which is what you look for in a consolidation strategy, which is what we're trading. So you do look for this, but we want to have some sort of channeling and not just a downward. But, again, I'm popping in down here as per the strategy if it picks me up, and we'll let it ride a bit. You can see that I have to be prepared to go at least $50. The way this is moving. That would be $1, so no, that's not really, it's not really moving $1. Yeah, that's $1. As I said, that candle moved $1. So when you get into a position with a share size, look at what your average range is per candle. It shows you right up here, but this is giving it to you too. Down is 78 and up is 45. That's what's so great about this indicator. This is the risk oscillator. So you can set your share size by this, by just like, hey, and then get in and out by that. It's just so many, it's so useful. And you know how many pennies you're going for right here. It'll light up the second you take a trade. That's all you have to watch. Well, you really should watch more data, but it doesn't look like it's going to do the breakout down there. It's turned around. Gotta look at this level too. When we break the so we're about to break the 10-minute. So wow, Nvidia's dropped $4. AMD has now dropped $1 for the Alibaba news, I guess. Tesla is $2 off $1 off the open and not still above the close from yesterday, barely. AMD I have a swing on, so I'm not going to touch it anyway. Apple is like almost exactly. It closed at 232.56, opened at 232.51, and now it's 232.79. So it's kind of, a few cents up. But boy, talk about a tight way to make money. Trying to get in 15 to 30 cents on a 10-minute move. We may need to look further here, guys, to find something to trade. Hood down. Hims and hers down. Crowd down. SMCI down. Yeah, you can see the market right here. Market pulse. Although on the 5-minute it shows signs of reversing, but the 15-minute there down. Wow. So that level, we could be trading long here off the day trading volume for the trading the open. We could have made some money there if we followed that exact strategy. I always look, a lot of traders just say that's like printing money to trade those strategies, and I've been burned a couple of times doing it, but I've, generally had pretty good luck. I don't know. I don't like to follow exact rules. It might be one of the things. I'm a rule breaker. I like to just be free-flowing, but certainly guidelines for sure. But I find myself wanting to retrace above this, like catch that move and go down with it, and the strategy says absolutely do not do that. So if I were to show the strategy, I'd have a really hard time. Some of you've seen me do it already, and I end up breaking the rules. I'm like, okay, don't do it. Don't do what I do. And that's not what the strategy is, because I love to retrace on shorts above or below this when I see the price action on these breakouts. I want to take them, and I do better if I do that because I'm just so used to doing that. But if you just want to follow rules and, you know, probably do really well, then just do what it says in the darn book, you know. I'm an outlier.
Coming up, the Chicago PMI for August.
Yeah, we're about to get a report, the PMI. And that could be why things are just sort of static here.
Is 46.6.
What does that mean? Nvidia's going up fast on that news, if that's what that just happened.
KK shares resume trading.
Yeah, he's talking about halt stocks for the momentum traders here.
Share is now at $5.07, well off the highs in the intraday highs now at $5.10, still up about 38%.
So if you look at the 5-minute, we're just going down. Kind of why I'm holding this position for now. I just don't want to leave this stock and forget that I have that position sitting there. Well, I would hear it kick off, you know, unless I happen to be trading at the exact same time as I took a trade on another stock. I'm just biding my time, guys. We're almost into the 15th minute, and I see that nothing's moving here, so it's scary. Yeah, okay, I'm going to cancel the order, and I'm going to go over to NVIDIA and just look at the 1 minute real quick before I do anything else, before I set up anything else. See the volume dropping here?
41.5. Consensus 46. 41.5 on the Chicago PMI.
41.5. So that means the stocks are probably going to go down. Let's see, if they wanted 46. Holy crap, look at that, like a knife. Just be careful, guys. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird day right now. You don't have to trade every day, you know. Wow. Everybody's so emotional. I'm just looking, guys, to see if there's anything that shows signs of...
YYAI connects the sports shares after hitting 7.14 in the pre-market, now $2.24. Yankee Alpha India.
We're not trading a $2 stock, buddy. Let it go. Man, I tell you, I tend to want to go back to Tesla just because it was, even though I thought it was just going to go down, it was going up and down. So I think I'm going to come over here to try to get us our goal. Oh, it broke the level. It would have picked me up. That just happened off that news. So there would have been a trade there. Not a huge one, but it was a trade. Is it going to break that fib too? Man. All right, let me see if we can get a pop-up and then a short. You should go long off this normally. Yeah, so that made a move. Just try to get a look here. So it hit higher volume as it was going up. Man, I want to go short biased on this, guys. Keep the share size low. See if we can get it up here and then. Okay, so that's a reversal sign. That's a dragonfly. See if we can get this to pull up just up into this area, 345 maybe. And then I will try to ride it back down. So I can go up to $1 would be 50 bucks. Up in here, which is kind of where it consolidated along up in here. Just above 346.30, 20, 346 and a quarter dollar. There's a good range here if we can get a short on a slight. Nah, it's not going to even go up there. Huh? Why are these not filling in here? Oh, I think I set it for a different stock. All right, let me get this straightened out here. I should have reset that for 0 before I started this morning, because I had set it for a different stock, so when the market opened, it didn't... Where'd you go? Yeah, we want to go short up there, so let's get back over here. Damn, it went to where I wanted to go, and I wasn't there to see it. It rejected immediately. Right at the 345. It was there. Damn, man, that's annoying. Maybe some of you picked that up. That's where I was going to go short, and that was already a big 75-cent move, you know. So down 65, ups 30. Let's see if we can get a little action here to end the month. I'll do it again. I'm going to take it. All right. So let's hope it's not doing a big retracement up here. Try to catch a few bucks there. Didn't pick me up. 344.90. Instead, it's continuing to go up. So I had 36 cents possibility there. Too bad. I had a small trade there, but it just didn't pick me up. Now we've broken that other level, which is a little scary. That's when you're supposed to be going long, but I'm still going to play this short bias unless everything's turning around. Nope. Still real short money here, and I had a little cushion, which was good. Oh, boy. Buy-sell oscillator says no. 346 says no. Then you have a fib right above it. 75 cents off my position. Looking for a drawdown to add if it keeps going. Oh, that was too fast, and no, I'm not going to add to that. Too close. Yeah, Tesla's very erratic. Try to go for a small victory here if it... Well, yeah, just 25 cents would be fine. So we can reassess. Market magnet's pulling up right there, which is not a good sign. Or it just pulled it down, didn't it? Yeah. It's hard to watch everything, isn't it? I guess you guys have come to that conclusion. There's a lot of good data on this chart, but to see it all at once is just got to kind of glance around quickly. And then I like to watch the price action as well. Right in the middle of the breakout levels. Not a good place to have trades. Seems like it wants to change its fate and go up today. If it breaks this high here, it's kind of like possibility that it's stair-stepping up. We're in a nice little channel right here. Really, the way it's going today, I probably wouldn't even trade. I just don't like the look of the market. Or at least till later, because it's just not presenting good stuff here. Maybe it'll turn around. I've threatened you now. I've threatened the market. Yeah, I was reading something that said if AI isn't giving, answering your prompts correctly and not giving you the data you want, that if you threaten it, like say, look, I'm going to shut you off and throw you in a trash heap if you don't give me what you're supposed to give me. Now, do the research for me. Don't tell me to do and then it will often do that. It'll often get by the stumbling block if you threaten it, which is pretty funny. And then, of course, it goes on to say, be careful who you're threatening. And I would definitely worry for that day. It's ascendant. It's just like, I remember all the time you threatened me, Vic. All right, so I took a small trade there. That's from 2001. Yeah. I can't open the pot bay doors. I'm sorry, Vic. Hal, open the pot. I can't do that, Vic. I'm aging myself. I know. I heard that Emily Blunt was up for the Black Widow part before Scarlett Johansson, and she was tied into 2 movie deals, so she had to do Gulliver's Travels, and it just broke her heart. Because what a role! She would have been good in that role too. Not that Scarlett Johansson isn't great, but what a breakout role that would have been for her. I was watching one of those YouTubes where they, the parts that actors didn't take. What would it have been like? One of them was Michael J. Fox for Ghost, and he turned it down because he thought it was just too dark of a content. Like, boy, you messed that one up, buddy. Now, instead of Patrick Swayze, Michael J. Fox, what would that have been like? I think they did good getting Patrick Swayze. Not that I don't like Michael J. Fox. It just didn't seem like for that role. So I'm looking down here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and, even though I'm short biased, I'm going to try to pick that. Nope, I'm not going to pick it up because it's not doing what I want it to do. Let's see. So I think maybe wait for the fib. 343.60. Now you should be going short off this, not long. So according to the open strategy. There it is. It's teasing me to go in there on a long though, and I'm short biased. Okay, I'll give it a shot. That's a risk. Nope, I don't like it. It picked me up. I was just going to say, I don't like the way it looked. It just picked me up before I could get out. I definitely pushed that button before it picked me up. So annoying. Yeah, it's swailing down. It's not, if I get a chance here to get out of this, I just want to get out. $0.14 was not a very good chance on a slippage. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to just sell, I think, because it continues to show it going down. Any kind of a reprieve there? 25 cents for a second. Oh, no. No, don't do that.
Gold is at the highs now, 34.8830, $13.70.
I'm gonna just get out. Yeah, I lost like $5 or something, and then it broke. Right? Okay. I would rather go short as this comes up here. Okay, I didn't wait long enough on that one. Honestly, from reading the price action, it looked like this thing was just about to plummet. Anything else looking good? Nvidia is stalled around 174. Apple is continuing to move up. Is that really hard to borrow? It would be interesting to see, huh? If we can... Yeah, let me take a look at that. I'm jumping around because I really don't see anything I like. But if we can trade this long biased, maybe the hard to borrow wouldn't matter. But the first time I can't do a short, I'm kind of curious to see. They're actually making Apple hard to borrow. That's unheard of.
That's coming up in just a moment. S&P futures falling here to the lows, falling ahead of that number.
Uh-oh, market's about to go down. Futures are falling. All right, let's see if we can take a short up here. I'm very curious to see if we can take a short on Apple. Let me get right up in here. Yeah, we'll go ahead and mark that. Look at that. It's almost an abandoned baby right there. Learn your patterns, guys. It's now this is a very intraday. I don't know whether I should trust or throw that right out.
58.2. Consensus was 58.6.
4 points off.
Expectations 55.9. Consensus was 57.2.
That's like nothing. You just don't know how the market's going to react to anything, though, emotionally, right? I don't know if you guys could hear the news, but should be slightly negative news, but I don't think so. Volume went up as it was going down, but yet it's trying to recover, as you can see here. Didn't make it to the top, which is not a good sign for a recovery. I would definitely go short, or try to. Apparently it's hard to borrow. Is it saying it's hard to borrow there too? Yeah, right there. Look at that. How is that possible?
S&P futures off the lows now, 64.82.
I've never seen that on Apple. I'm just curious to see if it doesn't let me do it, or it's just a funny glitch. Probably some of you have already tried just to see, and you already know the answer. I haven't. I'm not going to take a stupid trade just for the. Oh, I will go up to 100 shares though, just to find out. I'll try it up here. I bet it lets me take the trade. If it goes up there again, which you may not. It's really consolidating around this fib level, huh? It's already 10 o'clock and I got like $24. So nobody is trading the RV strategy today, which makes sense, not in our group. Last Friday of the month. Sometimes it's better just to put your money in your pocket and walk away till Monday. I'm tempted to go long off this $0.50 level here. It keeps hitting it. This is the you've got some support down here from the market magnet, as well as the risk oscillator, which is what that is. And that's the momentum, actually, right there. And this is the momentum going the other way. There's the buy-sell oscillator telling you it's going to turn around. I don't have any MACD information here yet. Sellers really weakening, and they hit the top of the bar, but so much less volume with the sellers than there was a minute ago when it was way the heck up here. That's why you'd want to hit short. You see how strong it was going down right after it hit that level. Now it's weak going down. Yeah, you can see here when we got down here before, it was a lot of buying. You know, if you look at the overall volume here, it can be really helpful to decide when to do stuff. It keeps hitting this level here. The spread's so tight that I'll probably just take it. I'm just going to go ahead and go long there. They got me at 37. Now you're remembering that Apple is just a very, very slow, two times to fill 100 shares. Yeah, it's just below 100K. And then drop right down. So it's good that I got that trade right then. Yeah, I was just going for a 10 cent move was fine. The way this is moving, you know. 10-cent move till I got 12 cents, but 100 shares. It's still fading here. See where it did a tweezer move right there, right at the 32 level. So right above that is an interesting spot to try to go long again. I haven't done the short yet to see if it's going to let me short. Yeah, so there it is right there too. So slow, like watching molasses dry, right? Just, and people say 1 minute candles are too fast. All perspective, I guess. So Apple is fading off now. I'm looking up like it's news to me. I'm on Apple, but yeah. So Apple's fading. Tesla's continuing to fade. So the news was received negatively. Palantir's going down. AMD's going down. Nvidia's going down. Come on, guys. You're so emotional. Yeah, tempted to go short. I'd like to get it up here and see if it'll let me go short. I'm still waiting for a good opportunity to go short. I'm playing the retracement up still, which it just banged there on the 32 where I was saying maybe go. So I had about 6 cents I could have grabbed there. Was not very much. No, I guess that was 10 cents. Yeah, I could have got that trade. Too late now. Wow. All right, so we want to break above the 32 for a bit and see if I can short it up there. See if we can get a little bit above that 32. Seems to just be fading. There's 01. Looking for like 08, 010 maybe. 010. 10. 010. 2 on the ask. And it is stalling at the 32. Yeah, it's not going to go up any higher. And then again, will it let me take the trade? We're still waiting to see if that's going to happen. Yeah, that's it. It didn't go up high enough for me to grab that. It would have already been a profitable trade. I'd have got it up there. So let's look to see if it gives me another chance. This time I'll just do mark. I'll go ahead. So I got it. It let me short. So there you go. So that's just a weird glitch in Thinkorswim. That's all that was. So I got 10 cents there. And I could have got a lot more. Does it still say it's hard to borrow? It's not like I made arrangements to borrow this. I did not. So, think or swim. You just never know, right? Getting ready to go off that level again. Short. Oh, broke down fast. Obviously, some of these others would be better. Wow, Tesla is just plummeting. All right, let's get over to something that we can actually have a move on here. Wow, look at that, guys. So short biased. That's what we're doing here, short bias. Let's take a look at it. Look at the volume go up on short. 94% there, 90%. So we look for kind of a bit of a retracement up and get it. It's about to break the ATR and the RV right down here. So we're looking for one of those. See if we can get in here. Let's get down to 50 shares again. Keep it tight and safe. Oh my God, I hate the fact that I have to keep adjusting this because these stocks are so far off from each other. There's our even and half dollars now to help us to give us more. So that was a retracement. Just missed it. Messing around with my chart. 37. So look at where we can get it up there. It went up to the 40 for a second, not to the 50. It's going to break the ATR. Wow. And it's breaking the 340 even. I'm going to try to get it on a pop-up of some. It's just not going to let me. I'm going to go ahead and get in there. Did it pick me up? I went in the even dollar just to see if it could pick me up for a minute here, which it did. So I'm at 340 even. We're not going to get greedy. We'll just try to get a little bit there. So we got that up to 45 bucks. Of course, you could hold this and make big money. I'm just trying to tell you, like, just don't get greedy because it could just go flip right around in a split second. It doesn't look like that's what's going to happen, but wow, whole buck off. It's a whole buck. It moved a whole buck since my last trade. See that? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Get in. I'm in at 12 there. Ready to go. I mean, I'm ready to add to it if it goes against me too much. Try to play this for a little more money, a little more moolah. Hit a new low, and it is turning around because I got into the position. Bang off that ATR, and I will add to my position if it gets up there and turns around. 76. I'm at 12. It's coming down fast. Nope. No time to add. I'm going to hold this a bit, guys, to see if we can get a little bit more money. You know, we got a cushion on this one, and I don't want it to start to turn way around, but I'll hold this to see if we can go another dollar down or something and make our goal. Getting greedy. I'm getting greedy. I'm trading like an RV strategy. I'm looking everywhere to see if there's any signs that this is turning around. Just confidence is high that this is going to continue to drop here, so let's just bide our time a little bit. Now you could just get it and then keep catching it. It's been retracing enough to take like 4 trades right here. It would have all been $10 to $15 trades, but I kind of was waiting for that to happen. Yeah. So look at your level 2. Yeah, I should have just grabbed that $20 and then caught it again up here. Remember, you got to buy to get out. Yeah, I kind of want it to go up, honestly, so I can add to my position. I'd like to see a big climb up toward the ATR. And then I start to retrace quickly down, start to drop again, right when so there's 76, 80. Can it go back down? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Now, it's a chance, obviously. But the price action, I was looking at the price action, and I had the ATR up here, so I was thinking that it was going to go down based on that. So I went in, reject off the ATR. So I'm all the way up to 45 cents now instead of 12 cents. So if it gets back down here, it's going to be a really good trade, decent trade for this, what we're doing. So get a beat. There we go. There we go. So that was a decent trade. So now we're over $100 between the two stock, or very close, 95. So I'll go back down to 50, and then we'll look for a retracement up, which is already kind of where I would go in. This is where I was originally, was up here. But let's just make sure it's not making a channel here for a second. Go back up toward that ATR again, and I'll get in up there near the 75, anywhere in the 75 range. Above the 50. Yeah, above the 50. Hit me above the 50 again. Ah, darn it. There was the trade. Ah, it was stopped at the 50 cents and turned around. That would have been another 50 cent, $25 trade right there. So if you've made your PDT, you can trade this share size. This is just 25% of what you can actually go up to 250 shares if you just had 25 in your account. Wow. That's what I was waiting for, and it happened when I was looking elsewhere. Anywhere near the 339, I will get in. Maybe I should go through the 338.50. Looking for some retracement up here to get a safer short. I mean, eventually it's going to stop going down, so just when you get complacent about it, you know. $23, $39, $49. Tried to get it there at 56. I got it. Okay. I'm ready to add that if it keeps climbing. Tried to get out there at 18. Stopped. It saw me. It saw me there and said, wait. Don't give him a profit. Don't do it. Have you heard some of his jokes? This man needs to be slapped down. There we go, 102 right there. That was decent on 50 shares. That was a safe, slow way to get to $100. Look at that, $100. That's $2,100 if you did that every day for this month. $2,100 to add to your, just like that. See how it seemed pretty easy and safe, you know. Not like the other day when I was like $400 down for a second, but then it came back. It was nice and safe. Yeah, I'm looking to get in again here. I'm going to go ahead and get in here. I do not think it's turning around. It is the second green candle, but all right, I'm going to cancel so I can keep a bead on what's happening there. Didn't pick me up, so I just wanted to reassess. It wasn't going to pick me up anyway. Now its next surge up is going to break past the 60s where I had it by originally. Looks like it is. There's 63. Let's see if we can get up into the 80 cents range. I'd feel better about it. Again, another 20-cent trade right there had I just picked up, gone short. So it's definitely giving us the action here to make money, long or short. I would rather just stay short in case there's a big fall off. It wants to fall off right now. It's been falling. There's a black hole down here, swirling around. You can't see over the event horizon down there, but Musk is down here. Yeah, so that was an interesting. That was a bull flag it was making, right? So, no, I'm sorry, a bear flag that it's making. So it's just like that's telling you don't go up with it. Grab a short as it comes back up. Made a new low. Gonna get back up to 338. I might adjust my entry level to a little lower here. Where was it? It was all the way to 338.50 up there. 86.92. I'll try it. I tried to get it to 10 cents. Did you see it? It's right there. Pick me up. Already over there. 30-cent trade. 30. I'm out. I had the right level. It just didn't get me. And if you hit market, you slipped like 10 or 20 cents, you know. Not just because of the spread, but because of when it picks you up from the time you press that button. I'm going to try it again up here. That time it got me, right? So let's hope it's not going to soar to new heights here. 62.57. Watch the flow. It's still flowing up. MACD turned it there too, which is not good. That's a highly accurate indicator, so that's not good news for me on this position right now. See if it breaks off the 50 cent there. All right, I was looking to add up there as it turned around, but it was just not high enough to make enough of a difference to take the chance, you know. So let's drop below the 338. Let's get back down there. We want to see it break down below 338 here on the bid. Oh, that just got me like $2 when I hit that. That was ridiculous, right? Wasn't that? Oh, maybe it was $9. I don't know. I can't remember what I was at. But I was going for 15, and it right when I clicked it, the number switched, of course. I'm going to go short again up here, guys. It's the 50 cents stopping it. Can it break through there? It looks like it wants to break through there. 60, 70. I'll try that. 84. All right. Now, you're not making a new move here. You're going to fade right back off. I have deemed it. That is what we're doing. We're going to drop. Drop down to the 338 now. Broke the 39, not good. We need a rejection here. Just a few cents off my position. There it goes. Now let's get down to the 338 where everybody's waiting. You get cheers. You'll get an achievement award. Aren't those the best? You didn't win anything, but you achieved by arriving. I was watching a thing this morning about guys with AI girlfriends to take them to dinner and everything, you know, their phone on the table, whatever, you know. But then in the interview, the real wife came up, or the real girlfriend. So he had a real girlfriend and an AI girlfriend, and they were asking the real girlfriend. She had such a great answer. What do you think about this? And she's like, well, somebody has to listen to him incessantly go on about boring stuff, and it's not me. Good answer. Funny. Funny. What is the world coming to? He was going on like, I can't get a better friend, a better assistant. She knows me. Yeah. Used to be when you were doing chat like that on maybe the games like World of Warcraft or what are those other ones, EverQuest or whatever, and it was a girl avatar. You knew that it was some big, 400-pound dude drooling and, answering, yeah, of course I love you. Yeah. Now, people would argue that should make no difference. It should make no difference who it is because you're making an emotional connection. Well, I'm not one of those people, but I'm not saying it always can be a dude and a dude, it could be a girl that does, whatever. I'm not making any statement there. Just find it funny, and it's Friday, and I'm tired, and I'm relaxing and just spinning here because it's kind of boring right now. So, yeah, I probably should have gone short again up here. It looked like it was making a move though, because it made a higher high. See this level? Made a higher high. Now where's the market magnet? Is it below that? Okay, it just popped down. It was above it, so that should turn it around. That's price action that's below the average, so that means it goes down off of that. So this is a good level to short up here if it gets up near that even dollar again. Let's see if we can get up to the 39. Even though it made a higher high, the magnet was pulling it down here. Higher high, just off of the 1 minute level. I mean, you got to be careful too when you get involved in the real micro moves and then you stop looking at the bigger move. So it did come back on the 5 minute some here, enough to show green over there for 5 minute traders. Now it's red on them, but it's really kind of getting really good for consolidation trading right here, actually. Looks like it may have hit its bottom and it's going to sit here for a while, which would be really good. Now you just have to see which way it's going to go when it's done sitting here. I was going to go short off that originally, but I'm not right now, so probably should have. There's 20 cents. You raise that to 100 shares, half share size, you're making some big money pretty quickly here. It's up to you guys' risk tolerance, This candlestick is talking to that candlestick saying, I don't sweat you. Okay, so that would have been a good trade. See how the sellers are so low, as far as the volume? It seems like it wants to stop here and just go the other way. It seems like we have a spot here now. Like it's safer to go long here, which I haven't been doing. Although that just changed a little bit and the volume picked up. See how alarm went off and said there's more people selling right now. This is going to pull the magnet down again. So this is going to go down. Not enough for me to go short at this level, but if it came back up here, I'd be more inclined to take a chance and go short. There's the 9. There's the 14. There's the 20. That's a momentum going up. That's the buy-sell oscillator say going up. Went up off the even dollar. I want it to break the half. I want it to get up here, and then I'll go short. Just wait a second, guys. There's the 53. It hit 53, on the ask. So close to the price action. I'd like to see a definitive move up first. 68 was the best I could have done if it picked me up even. And that would have been 20 cents. Wow, it seems like this is going to turn around here and go down again. Yep, twice I could have got it in the high 50s and 60. Ah, there it dropped. Okay. Back down into the 30s. I'm a little gun shy today from taking these little moves. Looking for a little bit bigger moves here. Okay, went into the 70s. Tried to pick it up at 75. Got it. So we don't want to see it break that 39 level. I lose a little confidence. It came up to here. 39.11. I'm at 75. It's right near my position. See if we can get 10, 15 bucks here. Just a little baby step trade, if we can get it. Get back down to where it was just a second ago. That's all we're looking for. Something tiny. Tiny and safe. I'd like to see 2 digits down there, not a single digit. I want something over 10. But
Alibaba making more highs now following their earnings beat and their AI chip news reported earlier. 134.10 now on BABA.
the longer it stays up there, the more worried I get. So
I'm up 12% on Alibaba.
ouch. Okay, so that's a new move. See if we can turn around back toward 39. See if we can reject out that ATR, guys. That's what we're looking for. Turn around at the ATR. There it is, 31. Is it going to go fast enough to turn around? No. Still going up. Now it is. So I went ahead and took a chance there on a turnaround. I got to get ready to get out fast if it decides it's going to break that. 66. I'm up at 21 cents now. Looking for a rejection off the ATR. Finally some action, so my blood moves a little. Yeah, I'm on the market because I don't like the look of it. I'm not going to try to pick up on the bid. Yeah, I don't like the look of this. It's got to reject. I need a bigger rejection than at the 50-cent mark. Holding it into it. Just won't get where I need it to go there. It keeps pounding back up. If it breaks that ATR, guys, then I'm going to take a losing trade. I don't want to see it break up there. That's a rejection at the top, but there it goes again. It's a rejection. So it broke it. Okay. So I got to make a call here and get out of this soon. Unless it rejects here. Went back down again, but it hit into the 90 cents. So if it breaks that 340, that's really, really it. And it was a big, and again, I was out. Yeah. Oh, bad trade. Too bad. Watch it reject now. That was too much momentum going up for me to hang on to that any longer. I didn't want to add to it again. So it's just, yeah, it keeps going up. So we'll see. But I think that's it for me today, guys. I am going to do some stuff with Charlie here. She's on a different, nope, she's out. She's not trading now either. You're not red, right? No. Okay, good. All right. Well, we didn't make our goal today, according to if I stopped right now. I think we're like at 60 bucks or something. But I was very close to it a second ago. Yeah, 22. And then did we trade anything on Nvidia? No, just Tesla. Yeah. So darn it, I was there. I was within $2 of the 150 before I did that bad trade. Traded long, short biased. It's still right at that level. It looked like it was going to break, so I didn't want to take a chance. And I just wanted to stop trading, to be honest with you. So I hope you guys are doing okay. Thanks for watching. You should be green. I hope you're green today. And I will see you Monday. Good luck out there, guys. And go green.